Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So guys, we have had some updates drop around what's coming in the next patch. The next patch is meant to be about 2 weeks away, so we're not far away. I'm actually wondering if they might drop a cheeky fusion with the new patch. A lot of signs are telling us there's a fusion on its way. We know that they've said a patch should be mid-July. We're now early July, so maybe a couple of weeks. Feels like those two things could just cross over and come in one, which would be quite cool. So, what's coming in the new patch that we know about? Let's just see what we've got here. Red dots annoy people. Yoink, we love the free ancient shard. So, what's coming? We've been told that the new arena mode, so the new 3 versus 3 team arena, not using this name, 3 versus 3 teams of 4 arena fighting each other, should be the name. We now know that this Bazaar, we knew this anyway, the Bazaar is coming in the next patch, 2 weeks away roughly, and we'd already seen this kind of screenshot here of this accessory or this different kind of visual that we'd not seen before. So we've been confirmed that this visual, this accessory is coming in the next patch with the new Bazaar, which is cool. I like that they're going to drop something in. This is the info that was kind of dropped to us in the content creator lounge, chat, whatever. So, as promised, here's the info about new accessories. I'd asked about this a couple of days ago. There'll be 2 types of accessories. They'll only be available in the Bazaar, so that shop that I just showed you. The mechanics... So the mechanics they have are closer to artifact sets than the normal accessory. So basically what they've got is like an active on the accessory, which is pretty cool. We've spoken about something like this in the podcast before, where we thought maybe they could put something onto the accessories, which was kind of like a glyph or something like that, which enabled them to do something else. Almost like a next layer of personalization on a piece. So like the idea of that. Equipping more accessories from that set will increase the effects. So if you get 1, you get a certain percentage. If you get 2 of a set, like the ring and the banner, then you get a better percentage. And then if you get all 3, then you can get the top percentage for the active, whatever it's going to be. At the moment, they're going to put 2 actives into the game. I like they're not trying to run with 20 different things. They've literally just focused on 2 things. What do we think about them then? So first one. Once per turn, that's important there. Once per turn is actually pretty frequently. A champion equipped with the accessory will have a 5, 10, or 15, depending on how many pieces you've got of the set, of immediately finishing the cooldown of any skill they just used. That's crazy good. 15% if you got the set. Imagine Kaimar. 15% chance of resetting his overall team reset straight away. Instead of that 7-turn cooldown, huge benefit to that. Huge benefit, but it's still RNG. I guess with it being so RNG focused, it's a bit of a watch out because you can win or lose stuff at the kind of coin toss, just by a bit of luck. 15%, 10% is quite low. It's a bit like that mastery that's got 5% chance to reduce the cooldown once of a skill. You might have that proc once during a clan boss run, for example. But I like that they're trying to be inventive with it. It's pretty funky and pretty cool, I'd say. Next one then, at the start of their turn, a champion with the accessory 8, 16 or 24% chance to remove 1 random debuff. Not as strong. I guess if you're up against like a Torment team and you don't have Sifi the Busted on your side, then this is quite nice. You know, if you got the set 1 in 4 chance that freeze is just going to drop off before you go. It's pretty cool. Yeah, okay, it's okay. I would definitely say this is the stronger of the 2. X is stronger than Y for me, but both pretty cool. Each faction will have 2 types of accessories, so each faction will have both of these. And both will have kind of different visuals to what you normally buy. So I then went and asked a bunch of questions, and so did some of the other content guys. So first thing I was saying was, so is this like a replacement to all stats, or is it just an additional? And basically, the accessory will still have the same normal main stats, sub stats, and then they will also have these special effects. So it's not like you get a main stat and just a special. It's an outright upgrade. Outright upgrade on what you've currently got, providing you can find the pieces with the right stats. And bearing in mind it's in a shop kind of scenario, we know what it's like sometimes to be able to buy what we want when we want it. So I then said, will it be random each week? What's in the shop, in the bazaar? Or will there always be accessories for every faction? And Stu kind of chipped in here and said, well, maybe you might just roll random one each time. And he's like, yeah, probably something like that. Probably just be a random roll each time. It might even literally be as RNG related as there's a banner there and it's random whether you get what faction, it's random what rolls you get. Or my preferred version, but it's probably not going to be like this, would be we visually see it. So it's a dwarf banner, it's accuracy, and it's got these subs. Don't know. We don't know yet. I'd imagine it'll be more cost in the bazaar to get rare through to legendary. That would make sense. But it should be achievable for everybody over time to farm these up. Obviously, with this random type of setup, it's going to be difficult to get 3 of a kind in a set early on. For those that played World of Warcraft, I played a ton of World of Warcraft, and it strikes me similar to when you were a gladiator. So if you were in the PvP scene, you could get yourself to gladiator status, and then you were able to buy gear from the PvP shop, which was very PvP oriented. I think the difference though with that is in World of Warcraft, the PvP gear didn't really cross over into the PvE gear, the normal raiding gear. It stood pretty separately, and the skills on them were pretty separate. I do feel like this will just blend into everywhere in the game. Not saying that's a bad thing, it's just an observation. So let's then look at the other comment. What did I want to show you? This is the big one, guys. This is big. This is big if it's true. Also, my question, whilst you're finding out about stuff, will books form part of the bazaar? Hell Hades, as far as I know, tomes and shards will be list of items at the bazaar. Take a minute, guys. We might have a way to get books in the game. Might. I'm not saying for sure yet because I don't write the game. But it feels like that is as close to a confirmation that we've got tomes coming in some form of farmable content in this game. So, I just wanted to finish up this video. So we've had our turns increased to 10. Done that this week from some of the feedback that's dropped out there. And I think that's a positive move. It means that people that are more interested to play more regularly can have some more stuff to do in the game. It also means that we just get more use out of this different game mode. They haven't changed the price of the gems along with it. Thank you for that. That could have been a sneaky kind of underhand way to kind of do this, but they haven't done that. So I found I've come into week 2, and instantly in week 2, because the top third went into a different tier group, and because I'm kind of riding high in bronze, it sounds bad to say that, I'm riding high in bronze, this week has easily been more enjoyable for me than last week. I look at teams now and I'm like, oh, every team in here, because we all moved up, every team is now relatively tough. Got this guy here, Gods and Legends, Shuey. Actually, he's got a massive amount of points, more than me. And you can see already that he has got well thought out teams that are tough. And I hope that as weeks go on, this game mode becomes more and more fun. And the only way a game mode like this will become more fun is if we're all in our own competitive area. So at the moment, as a kind of balance, I guess, to that, let me show you my free-to-play account very quickly. Failing at some faction war stuff while I talk. As a balance to that, my free-to-play account cannot play this game mode. So this game mode starts at level 35. My free-to-play is at 38, and I'm 2 weeks in. So I'm actually really new into the game on this one, yeah? I'm 2 weeks in. My free-to-play can come in and jump in and have a bunch of fun in the 3v3 arena mode, okay? So let me find who's lowest out of this lot. This is the lowest guy. 949 points. He's actually somehow lower than me. I don't know how. So let's go in for a battle. Let's see what I can do against this team. The worst team in my bracket. Who am I going to pick? No one, guys. I don't have any champs yet. They've probably introduced it to new players too early. I'd say it probably needs to push back to maybe even level 45, maybe 50. I mean, we're nowhere near. I am nowhere near having 12 champs to use. I've probably only got gear on 4 champs. So it's probably dropped a bit early for a new player. And that is, you might say, well, who cares? Just get in and do it when you want to do it. Well, actually, as a new player trying to enjoy this game, if I come across a new game mode for me and it's completely unachievable, that the arena in itself is hard. It's hard for me to get out of bronze and stay out of bronze as it is right now. I'm picking off the chafe, like Magana here, who's trying to help us out. So to have a new game mode unlock for you, which is completely unplayable, just strikes me as poor effort. Actually, not poor effort. It's just they haven't thought it through. And we're sitting there with 10 tokens, and it's just a waste of my time to even look at it. So hopefully they think about that. Maybe they fix that. Maybe that will be fixed as people start to move through these different ranks of arena, and we don't just have such a huge amount of the player base sitting in this lower area. As I said before, I still feel like they should have separated it out. Those that were in lower elo, so perhaps those that are level less than 45 started in bronze. Those that were 45 to 50 maybe started in silver, and maybe 50 plus started in gold. I don't know. I feel like that, or maybe even bronze 1, bronze 2, bronze 3, something to separate out the players a bit, because at the moment nobody in bronze 1 is having any fun. The people that were good enough to get to bronze 2 are probably just about starting to have some fun. Maybe in 5 weeks' time, everyone will be loving it. I don't know. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on the artifacts. Let me know your thoughts on the tomes potentially being in the shop. Roll on patch 2.1. I'll catch you later.